Hello, hi. I don't normally come outside. I don't know if that's obvious or not. Hello, hi. My name is Kera, and today I'm going to tell you about world building. Specifically, I want to tell you about the 3 worlds in the Slave Trade series, my novel series. For anyone that wants to, For anyone that wants to write a story, world building is somewhat the best and the most intimidating part. A lot of writers put months and sometimes years into the construction of their fantasy world, or their world in general, I think. Others just kind of touch on it, and if you're anything like me, you kind of work on it on the way. I've been writing my books for about 10 years or so. So I've got a lot of the stuff figured out. I know how things work. I know how my world operates. But as I'm still writing and rewriting, some things change. And today I'm super excited for you to take a little peek inside my worlds. This is my microphone. I hope you like it. Do you like it? Do you have anything to say? Okay. I think every story needs world building, fiction or non-fiction. Every piece of storytelling needs some form of world building. Even if your story takes place in the world that we know, we feel like we need to know how the main character sees the world and their place within the world. And to me, that is rather important in world building. When I started writing, I didn't know world building was a thing. I didn't know magic systems, laws. I didn't know anything. But as I write my story, I created characters, I created cultures, and as I got more addicted to the internet, I found out about world building, and I didn't necessarily follow the laws. So what I've got is from my imagination and from research later years, and just what my brain put together. So if you want to create a story but aren't sure how to build your magical and fantastical world, I'll be making a video explaining how I created mine. Hopefully this video will give you some kind of outline or an idea of what you can have in your world, the people, the laws, the places, just little things. And if you want to know more about world building, I have left a whole bunch of sources and resources in the description box below. You can check them out. There are some videos, there are some documents, there are some worksheets just to help you get started. And now, do you want to do it? You want to introduce? And now, come with me as we cross the veils to the worlds of the Slave Trade series. Okay, you go ahead, son. The Slayer Trade series takes place on Earth, our Earth, the world that I know and grew up in. But this world is not what it seems. Earth has 3 planes of existence, creatively known as the real world, the magical world, and the underworld. A thin veil or gate separates these dimensions, and characters can cross between the planes in various ways. The real world can be explained as a real-life setting with magical elements sprinkled in secret places that only those who are in the know can find. In the Slayer Trade series, it is the largest plane of existence and only has 1 dimension, known as the real dimension, hence the real world. The beings that live in this world are human or have human characteristics and features, like the Slayer family, hunters, vampires, werewolves, magic users, and so much more. Magic is diluted in this world, and it takes years to master or conjure any spells or castings to be as powerful and as potent as it would be on its mother plane. However, when the veils between the 3 worlds are at its thinnest, magic will be in its purest, most powerful and potent form. The magical world is almost the same as the real world, a real-life setting with magical elements, except in this world magic is out in the open. The magical world is a smaller plane of existence, but it is the largest and safest place for all beings to congregate and exist without hiding their true faces. The magical world is a cauldron mixing pot of different species, cultures, religions, everything where beings live, learn, and just exist together. Unlike the real world, the magical world has a multitude of dimensions that make up this plane, including the unexplored and the largest dimension of the Feylands, the merfolk lands, and even imaginary dimensions that can literally trap souls for centuries. Most of the beings that originate from the magical world are creatures born from elemental magic, like merfolk who are born from water, trolls from earth, and fairies from light, dark. Honestly, there are a lot of fairies, and there is a reason why they don't allow outsiders into their dimension, but fairies aren't the focal point of this story. Magic is always in its strongest and purest forms in this dimension, as it is where magic comes from. Hence why a lot of magic users tend to come to this plane to learn more about their abilities and train their castings. Magic is especially amplified when the veils between the 3 worlds are at its thinnest, on the summer solstice, the winter solstice, and All Hallows Eve, just like in the real world. The underworld is a little different from its otherworld counterparts, in a way that it isn't known how many dimensions are on this plane, though most consider it the realm of monsters and the location of the Deadlands. Some speculate that Hell, the realm where demons are born, is in this dimension. One thing is known though, the Deadlands is rumored to be the dimension between living and dying. You're not really living, but you're not really dead. It is where lost souls often get trapped, where ghosts dwell, floating between the veils, traveling through the worlds to different dimensions and different planes. The effect of magic in this dimension is unknown, but just like the other worlds, the veil between them is thinnest on the winter and summer solstice and All Hallows Eve. Thank you. That was so good. So that is just a little peek into the worlds of my novel series, the Slayer Trade series. I hope you enjoyed it, because really there's so much more about these worlds that I would love for you to know. But I feel like the very best way to know about these worlds is to read my book. And all I can say on that is patience. Say it with me. Patience. If you have any questions about world building you want me to include in my world building video, please feel free to leave them in the comments. If you have any questions about world building in general, as I mentioned, I have a whole bunch of sources and resources in the description box below that you can check out. Also follow me on Instagram, where on this fun Hello Week I will be giving more sneak peeks into the Slayer Trade series. If you enjoyed this video, please hit it, like it, ring it. I hope you're all staying safe and being healthy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Say goodbye. Bye. Oh no.
Begging to let go, I almost got to suicide.